So, to collect this data, I manually went through each episode and counted the time each of the characters were on screen. I'm also going to be showing you the number of episodes each character was in for the whole season. I think some of the results may surprise you, because I know it surprised me. I decided to base the information on the 22 episodes in Season 1. I have not included the pilot film, The Gathering. These end-of-season videos will only focus on the official episodes in each season and not the films. The criteria that I used to be included in the bar chart was a character must have appeared in at least 2 episodes and have a combined appearance time of more than 7 minutes. The cast is so large for this show, I had to make a cut-off to ensure the graph was not so full it was unreadable. Some of the characters that just didn't quite make it on the list are Mr. Morden, Varn, and the Ombudsman. I really enjoyed and liked the role of Commander Sinclair and the way that Michael O'Hare portrayed him. He was kind, likeable and respectful to his colleagues, but firm and decisive when required. It's not surprising that he had the most screen time or was in every episode. Garibaldi was a good flip side of the coin to Sinclair. He wasn't always level-headed and sometimes wasn't even likeable, but I guess he had the right skills to be the head of security on the station and get things done. I was really surprised at Ivanova's screen time. It really felt like we saw her much more than we did. I really like her as a character. She is extremely loyal officer and focused on her duties. She's also really supportive and protective of Sinclair, as we saw in many episodes, and rightly so, as that is obviously part of her role as second in command. But I think they'd become quite good friends as well, and I think that showed in some of the episodes. Londo is a complicated character. Pretty much half of the time I disliked him, and the other half I loved him. He's a bit like Marmite. He's done some pretty horrific things, and I think we're seeing the beginning of his spiral down to deeper depths. Delenn is another character that I was surprised at their screen time and the number of episodes they were in. She was only in 13 episodes out of 22, and it felt like a significant amount more. I do like her for the most part, but we have seen how duplicitous she's been towards Sinclair, and she was even involved in his torture when he was captured at the Battle of the Line. It makes it difficult to understand how she's become such good friends with him whilst keeping her conscience clear, as she doesn't seem to have had any issues that we've seen on screen. Dr. Franklin. I will be honest and say that he is one of my, if not my least favourite character on the show. I don't really like him as a person or as a doctor. I think he's been partly let down by his storylines. I don't think they've been the strongest of the season, so hopefully my opinion will change next season. I really like the character of Shakar, and Andreas Katsoulis plays him very well. He can be quite brutal, but he also has the heart of a poet. I love his speech about the ants looking up at us. He only appeared in half of the shows in the season, but he's one of those characters that fill the room when they're on screen. Talia has been, in my opinion, very underused on the show so far. Her character, position and abilities make her a really interesting person to explore on the show. I have found Andrea Thompson's acting a little rigid at times, and I wish she would relax in the role a bit more. Hopefully we'll see a bit more of that next season. Lanier didn't have much of a role in this season of the show. He only appeared in 6 episodes, and it really felt like he wasn't in it. Thinking back, I can only really remember him in 2 episodes. I do like him as a character. His nature and background do make the character a good aid for Delenn, and I think Bill Mumy plays him very well. He has a Shaolin warrior monk feel to him, with his calm and often naive view of the world around him, but he can turn into a ninja when required. Surprisingly, Babylon 5 itself appeared in all 22 episodes. Who knew? The more I see the external shots of the station, the more I love its design. It's a practical design, but its curves do give it an elegance. I do still have trouble working out the scale of it though. When I see ships nearby, I always think the station should appear bigger than it does, or the ships smaller, obviously. Catherine had a small part in the season, but she actually had some important scenes and a lot of lines. I have to admit that I didn't feel that there was very good chemistry between her and Michael. I did read that they spent some time outside of filming to work on their chemistry, but it just didn't feel right to me. But to be fair, we only saw her for 3 episodes. I love Veer. He's bumbling, awkward, and can be annoying, to Londo at least, but we've seen that he is also kind, caring, and he's actually pretty good at his job. I can't believe he was only in 6 episodes. Stephen Furst does a great job playing this character, and I wish we'd seen more of him. Now, do you recognise this lady? I didn't until I started collecting the information for this video. She's known as a Dome Tech, or just Tech, and has no given name in the show. She appeared in 19 episodes, although IMDb says 20, but I could not find her in the one episode, so her scene might have been cut. She would sit in the pit in the command centre, and she was just often in the background, and she usually did have a line or two to say to Sinclair or Ivanova, so that's why her screen time is so high. The actress who played her was only in season 1 because she left to go travelling around the world with her husband. Natoth appeared in the least number of episodes for the main cast, appearing in only 5. I don't really have anything majorly positive or negative to say about her as a character. For me, she was just kind of there. I did like her in the episode where Jakar was kidnapped and tortured, but other than that, she was just a bit meh. Finally, we come to Kosh. I was shocked that he had so little screen time, yet I would say that to me, his lines had some of the biggest impact. He's able to say a million things and make me laugh with just one word. I love his character, even though he only appeared in 7 episodes. To be fair, his character is one that cannot be around a lot and have too many lines, as it would take away the impact of the words he does say. I think his minimalism is actually his strength in this show, and it does pay off. I really enjoyed this season of Babylon 5. J. Michael Straczynski was not afraid to tackle big subjects that many other shows would not have done at the time, and many still don't do today. I know we have some bigger storylines and a lot more action to come in the following episodes. I'm really looking forward to the next season, as in the words of Kosh, and so it begins. Really hope you liked this video. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Watch out for other videos on my channel and season 2 of Babylon 5, which will start next week, and be seeing you.